It would be helpful if I press the unmute button for the mic. Thank you, thank you, Ramya, and I guess Albert too. Hello, how are you all doing today? All that stuff that I said this morning, yeah, we don't have to worry about it. It wasn't important. I'm sure it wasn't important. But hello, thank you for that. I went searching for Zilby right before stream and found him. He had chased his spider into like one of the bathrooms, I think, and was just staring out at it. Do you see it again? No, he doesn't. But he's back now. So how are you all doing today? Today, apparently, I'm not on top of my game because I forgot to unmute the mic when I started. So that's a fun way to start. Okay, so we have the log state middleware and we have logget. You know what we can do? Ooh, okay, so to show this off, we could set state, we could set an extension in one. Okay, so let's go to mod. Okay, so app state is first, and then logit is second here. So down here, we can add let's do a layer so that everybody gets access to it. We'll have an extension, and the extension will just maybe have a static stir that is a message. So hello from so like hello from main router. Extensions can also be accessed in a middleware. Let's throw one on a main router and access the value in the log state. In the log state middleware. Okay, so we have the extension. Hello from this extension isn't really I guess like we're setting this. We are, so it's that. We're using a static string for this as an example. As an example, yeah, just as an example. I don't think we actually need to say that, do we? Hopefully there's not going to be any confusion about like, hey, why is we doing that? Why are we doing that? Sylvie, you're below the camera. Let's turn this down a little bit. He's already a tired boy. Okay, so we have that set up there. That's good. from the, okay, so now in the log state, okay, so let's actually go and remember how to do this. So if I remember, I'm allowed to have as many extensions as I want at this point in time. So I can basically just do extension, and this is going to be like maybe like a message. Okay, so we're going to get this static string out. And then we can, so we have the tracing state. We can also just do tracing. And then I think that just works the way we expect it to. My code is running here. Okay, cool. And something updated between yesterday and today. So let's see, let's hope that this is still working as expected. All right, so here we go with the app state. Extension message is hello from main router. Okay, so we've got all that stuff. Okay, so now the log state middleware function, we can use the extension extractor. Oh, I just got a ping that Rust 174.0 is now available. Exciting. We can take a look at that in a little bit. Okay, so now in the log state middleware function, we can use the extension extractor to extract the, I'd say access maybe. To access the middleware, the message that we set in the main router. Okay, so so extensions. Well, extensions and state can feel very similar. I guess like I want to do, okay, so we're in 3, right? So we can do 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to set extension value. This extension is available. Let's see, how do I want to put this? One of the powers and one of the use cases. One of the use cases of middleware is to run some code and set like grade it, like get data before the route handler runs. Let's imagine this a scenario. Well, I guess like not even let's imagine. Let's take the quotes scenario and implement a protect and authorize and authenticate. Okay, so we'll implement an authenticate middleware function. This middleware will take in an will extract an authorize header. Okay, so it's going to extract an authorized header and retrieve the user. If it finds the user, then it will create an extension. Lunatic, hello. How are you doing today? Are you buffering for real, or is it just a fun emoji? Also, Deddy, hello. How are you doing today? Cool, you still following your introduction to Axum 0.5 series. Nice. Hopefully it's still helpful. Axum hasn't updated. Well, it's still at 0.6, but it hasn't updated yet. Hyper just updated yesterday. Yeah, yesterday sometime, and that means that Axum can be updated to 1.0 soon, any day now, I think. I don't know how long it's going to take. It might take a while. For real, it's been a week. Yeah. Has it already been a week? No. Yes, it's very helpful. By the way, you're doing great. Excellent. That's good to hear. All right. If it finds the... Okay, so back to this. This middleware will extract an authorized header and retrieve the user. If it finds the user, it will... Ooh, so you know what? I don't like this. I don't like this because so the problem here is I'm not going to be doing like an entire big authorization thing or authentication thing because this I have noticed that if I like do something like, oh, a fake thing for authentication, that can cause somebody like, oh, this is real authentication. Let me go ahead and use that. And they might not understand that this is just example code to try to show off a point. So I should probably just do something like not authentic. Like if it's something else and you do that, like it's not great, but it's certainly not as bad as like authentication. If you implement it wrong, can be bad. Okay, so one of the use cases of middleware is to run some code and get data. I guess like is to run, yeah, I guess like run some code, like run code on the request data and like make something available in an extension. for the route handler. Let's take the message that we have and update it. Okay, so let's take the message that we have and update it to oh, it feels like, yeah, that's very true. However, great step, keep going. Hopefully Axum adoption rate increases rapidly. I can't imagine it's not going to increase rapidly after 1.0. There's a lot of people. I think that the Rust community overestimates how many people are willing to use like any kind of library or framework that doesn't have like a 1.x.x. It's important to a lot of companies. So once companies start using it, like a lot more than just individuals, it's gonna take off a lot. And I'm pretty sure that because Actix Web has been more than 1.0 for a while, and it has way more adoption right now, but is that going to remain the same forever? I don't know. Having two really good Rust web frameworks is going to be excellent. Okay, let's take the message that we have and update it or replace it. Because technically we're not updating, it's a static stir, you can't update that. And replace it for the next middleware. Okay, so now into here, we have this extension. So what we want to do is on request, so probably before the response, I want to do something like cust.extensions mute. Now, okay, so I could insert get a mutable reference to a type previously inserted on this extension. Okay, so we can get mute, which you need to be probably the static stir. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to use that pattern. Otherwise, I want to do an early return, because I can just return a response here. Ooh, I need to remember how to do that. Because I can exit early. Because I don't think I can do like, hey, we're gonna do a status code. Can I actually just turn this into like anything that's into impl into response? Impl into response. And then we can just say like, I want to do a status code. Oh, I was really hoping that would work, because I would figure a response would be able to impl into a response, but maybe it doesn't because it's already a response. Um, oh, wait. Can I do this? Cannot borrow request as mutable as okay, we can do that. We'll need to make you a mute request. Okay. So then we have you set. I want to now do message extension is now going to be equal to a new static string. Hello from log state. Expected a mutable stir. What? Oh wait, do I not need mute? Wait a second. Oh wait, no. I know. We want to dereference that so I get access to the memory location and I can update that. There we go. Let's see. Diddy, you're new on Rust. Before it, I'm using Go and Fiber. I don't think I know about Fiber. So I hope my choice using Axum for API web services will be smooth. Hopefully it will be, but obviously there's a decent number of us out here who can do our best to help if you run into trouble. We're sticking with C++. When the debate started, we were asked to look towards Go just because Axum was not 1.x while looking for any alt that might be future-proof. Not that many devs know C++. Yeah, and I've noticed that a lot of people have sort of like mentioned that. I remember before Actix Web was 1.x.x, there was like a hospital at some point in time that was using C++ for their web server, and they kept on running into memory management problems, basically memory safety problems. And they eventually decided, okay, look, the fact that it's not 1.x is less important than the fact that we keep on running into these like major memory issues. And so therefore we're going to take the risk and switch over to it because it's literally a less of a risk than what we already have right now. And so like that's how they were able to switch over and do it. But yeah, like if there's another option, there is 1.x, people are going to take it. And it's exactly like what you said. It's safer, especially for management. Like management is going to freak out if they know that we're using beta software, even if it doesn't act like beta software. All right, let response. Okay, equal next run. Request that I wait. Okay, so basically this is good here. Freak out is an understatement. Well, I mean, I try not to use too strong of a language, but you were there at your place, so I would assume that it's a lot of like, what? How could you possibly like assume that? Maybe I would hope that there's no raised voices in a work setting for that, but I do know that sometimes people get that way. All right, so we now set you. Let's go, and before I forget, we're going to go into log it, and now we're going to access. So it has to be before can I use the extension here, or do I have to get the other way? Can I do something like this? I don't remember if I can do this for non-state ones. no errors, so that's a good sign. And then I want to, let's log this. So now the message is okay. Now the message is hello from log state. So we have extension message is hello from main router. Logging before the route handler runs. Now the message is log state. Okay, so we've updated that. Chairs were thrown. Oh no, I'm sorry about that. That doesn't feel like a safe place to work. Let's see. Why try Rust after reading Discord? Move from Go to Rust. It's about Go issues on garbage collector. Which working with the garbage collected language is interesting because you still have to like consider memory management, but it's like a different consideration than one that doesn't have a garbage collector. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. There's you have to program your code with like how the garbage collector runs. So I don't know Go's model, but once upon a time in pre 0.10 node, which does anybody even remember those days here? The garbage collector ran in the same thread, the same process as the main JavaScript runs for Node.js, which, as you can imagine, is a nightmare for speed things, because if you have a lot of data, then it's going to take just like every also it ran every 300 milliseconds, so it's scheduled to run basically just like any other function every 300 milliseconds, clean up all the garbage. And you can imagine that if you have a lot of data every 300 milliseconds, bam, you got a hit. So like every second you could be pausing if you're doing a lot of like sort of creating and deleting a bunch of objects. But then after 0.10, I want to say, they the Chrome team for Chromium put the garbage collector in a different thread, and all you had to do is update update node, and bam, everything became faster. Just because of like the garbage collector now running a different thread. And so if you know how the garbage collector runs, you can like write code, go like, okay, I need to like make sure that I like hold on to all the references until I'm not doing anything or the user isn't doing anything, and then I can delete them. And it actually in some ways is like more complex, and in some cases less complex. RX Rust. I don't know RX Rust. Haven't heard of it. And you're an anti-JS guy. Good to know. I did a lot of web dev, and I taught web dev when I was teaching. So I usually, well, and also I know there's so many web devs out there. I usually use JavaScript as like an example code just because I know it's going to hit like a lot more people. But I'm also happy if like I ever give an example and it's in JavaScript, ask me to try to give it in another language, and I can maybe try something else. Until eventually I run out of languages to try it in. All right. Now the message is this. Okay, great. So one of the use cases in middleware is to run code on a request and make something available in an extension for the route handler. Let's take the message that we have and replace it for the next middleware. Oh, I forgot. I need to actually get this. The next middleware that runs is the logget middleware. Okay. So let's see. While it is possible to do this with arcs, with in state, using an arc mutex, I don't recommend it. I feel that this is more of like a me thing, of like my thoughts on this. I feel that extensions are best used for data that is updating at runtime. Updated, so like is set at runtime for specific pathways, like run-throughs, requests, like for each request. Okay, so that gives us to set extensions. Okay, so we have now add an extension middleware, extract the body middleware, put the body back together. Fun. Okay, so extracting the body, handling the request body. Okay, so if we need to access the body of the request in middleware, we need to take ownership of it. In Rust, this is obviously a problem. Obviously a problem, since now the body cannot be accessed by any future middleware or route handlers. However, we can create a new body from the body that we took. Let's dive into that. All right, so extracting the body. So let's say in I'm going to create a new middleware for this, just that it's all on its own, and because this is extracting and recreating the body is a thing. So like body, what do I want to call it? Handling body. Okay. So in handling body, so if I want to get the body out of it, we've done this before, but it's been a while, so we need to remember how to do that. So I want to say that I need to give like a different type to this body, because like this B is like essentially the body type. So if I do like request body, returns a reference to the associated HTTP body. I don't really know if that's helpful. Usually what I want to do, if I have like JSON coming in, I want to grab the body. So that might be interesting. Okay, so if I get the body like this. Yeah, so notice that it's this B here. So what if I don't think to add cert. Where you implement, no, you require, you are, we're tying you to, what's the right word for this? We're restricting you to anything that handles deserialize. Isn't that a trait? Can I do deserialize as a trait? Missing, oh, right, because it has to have a lifetime specifier now. Yeah. Okay. So if I do lifetime of that, lifetime of that, but now I start needed to put that everywhere, aren't I? So far not. So far you're happy. Let's also go ahead and use this. Okay, so here's our logit. So let's do right before our nest. Let's do a layer. We'll do a route layer so it only matches what's going into the routes. And you're gonna do a middleware. from function, one argument, that's going to be the handle body. Handling body. Oh, so it doesn't like that. Okay, hold on. All right. I don't think I want to do that. What I think what I really want to say is that this body is of it's a string. Oh, I probably want it to be a string. I want it to be a string of some kind. What's a trait for string? Oh, wait. I can give it like a... Can I give it like a type? Can I actually just say, hey, you're a string? Oh, wait, no, this is generics, not... Okay, hold on. I keep on forgetting. We're working generics, not types. Generics, not types. I need to go... Let's go look it up. Do you have any examples of taking the body out and doing something with it? I mean, I've done it like 2 or 3 times. I don't want to have to go try to find where those are. But if we need to, we'll go spelunking through our old code. Okay, this passing state. Rewriting request URI. Oh, we can also, maybe there might be examples of like body stuff. So I want the ready middleware from function. Yeah, okay, so you don't show body stuff in here. You're returning... I kind of want to look at... Where is it? The request. Where's the request type? So for that request, so we can get the body. That's not necessarily helpful. Deserialize request of bytes via JSON. Oh, they're using lifetime here for that. Serialize the body of a request to JSON. Wait, serialize it to JSON? Oh wait, is that back? Am I thinking of it backwards? I always thought that would be deserialized to JSON. You have it in string form coming as part of the request in HTTP, and serialize puts it into the string, and deserialize brings it out. That feels a little bit weird. But okay, notice that, okay, so we have this function serialize. And it's, we're throwing this where it's, I think we want this one. So we want to do where the body essentially implements where for. I think I might want that. I think this one has body, like, yeah, methods body. Returns a reference to the associated HTTP body, but like this doesn't really. Let request of type request string. Those request default. And then body is empty. Okay. Could I do that? Could I just say, hey, give me the body, and I want you to be a reference to a string. Mismatch types, expected a reference, string, found a reference. Okay, no, I can't do that. Ooh, wait, I can say toString on it, or toOwned are like things that strings have. But I don't think that's really helpful here. So I think what I really want to do is I want to tie this. I'm going to say where B, and I want to go find where this was. Where for DE, I want to do this essentially. And instead of T, it's going to be B. Instead of B, it's going to be B. Import sturdy DE. It's not. It is yelling at me. Oh, okay. So the trait. Oh, it's yelling at me at that point and the router instead of like in this function here. So it doesn't like that. Okay. Where did I do this? Did I do this in the original Axum course? I feel like we did. We can go look up my own course to see how I did it. Although I know that middleware changed since 0.5. When else did we do this? Pamero, good morning. Hello. How are you doing today? So I don't think I want to do this. I am doing good. Thank you. Does it have to be generic? Can I give it a type? That'd be pretty amazing if I gave it a type. I'm doing pretty good. We're focusing mostly on getting access to JSON inside of middleware. And I've done this a few times before, and I don't know if I wrote it down ever. So now I have to figure out again, which is always the fun part. Oh, we can do from parts is another way. Well, that creates a parts. I can do into parts. Consumes the request, returning the head and body parts. You can try that. Okay, so the body gives us this body. Now, if I gave you like a specific, that's a funny statement without context. Let's try the head and body parts. I remember when I first started learning systems administration, the person that was teaching me was like, yeah, it can be dangerous talking about this in like mixed company because we're constantly talking about like killing children and, you know, other stuff. It's like, okay, yeah, we're going to kill the child process. And then everybody looks at you strangely and it's like, okay, this is bad. This is bad. Careful. That sysadmin is moving around, is dangerous. You gotta have fun. Kukma, hello. How are you doing today? But I do remember we had turned on verbose mode for all of our computers, so that way when they boot, it showed like everything that was happening, because if there's usually like a problem, you can then see it, as opposed to like the nice little graphical, the image of like loading soon, because like if they hang, you can't actually see what's going on. But then otherwise it's like, oh, it's running a disk check and that's gonna take forever, or like corruption of some kind or something else, and the message actually prints and you can actually see it. But all systems generally do say things like, and now, like, you know, killing this child process, doing these other things. And we had some people that complained and was like, why is my computer talking about murdering people? And it's like, well, it's not really. I'm sorry. Also, we're not going to change that just for you. Right. So this request is gone now. That it has been consumed. And so I can put it back together, but the really important thing. Okay, so first of all, let's see. Can I like do something? Could I do something silly with this? Can I just say like, hey, you're a string? I don't think so, right? Did that turn into a generic name string as opposed to a string? Then can I now like let the data essentially be, I need to create something here. So like let's have a struct like I don't know, quote. What do we call this? We actually are setting this. We have quote and attribution. So we have quote, it's a string, attribution, which is a string. So let's say we have serialize and deserialize here. I want to data and then get this from the body, right? So I want, oh, I may need JSON. So can I do quote? Oh, I don't want to have to do the deserializer. I don't think I can do from. Yeah. I think we need JSON, Serde JSON. Is it Serde JSON or is it JSON Serde? I don't remember anymore. Setlist, hello. How are you doing today? You're new to coding. You literally only started yesterday. I've been learning C#. Never heard of Rust before, at least when I was looking to languages to learn. Is Rust newer? Also, hello. So let's see. Rust is definitely newer than C#. It's so like Rust is what was Rust? I think it was like it's after 2010, like between 2010 and 2015 is when Rust came out, as it were. It was originally created by Mozilla, and then they used it to sort of begin rewriting the Firefox browser. And I don't know if you remember, a few years ago there was the Quantum update for Firefox, which made it much faster and actually like comparable to the speed of Chrome. That was Rust. Like that was them starting to do a Rust rebuild of that. And then Rust sort of became its own thing and sort of like went away from Mozilla, and it's now its own language, and like a lot of other companies are using it. Its primary purpose is to be really fast with something called memory safety, which in C# has something called a garbage collector, which basically just deletes stuff that you have access to, like all the memory you use. You don't have to worry about it because the garbage collector takes care of it for you. Rust doesn't have a garbage collector, but attempts to be as nice as like something like C#, where you again don't really have to worry about it. But that's kind of like one of those like little lies that we say. Want to support legacy code and have a job? Learn C#. Want a better dev experience? Learn Rust. It's well, I mean, there's plenty, like there's good dev experiences with C# too, but also there can be pretty bad ones too. But it's one of those, like, in the end, Setlist, you're probably going to end up learning multiple languages eventually, and like I guess that's a question of like what your plans are. But C# is a great language, so therefore I think it's a good start. So yes, that was a long way to answer. Yes, Rust is newer. You're actually learning C# for dev. But yes, you heard you'll learn multiple languages. Also, hello, coffee drinker. C# is pretty cozy golden Microsoft cage for developing, which, like, the cages are not necessarily bad for a first-time language because they usually have good support and good documentation and other things because they want you to be happy. But yeah, welcome to the programming world. It's we're great to have you here. I hope that you get to stay for a long time. All right, so anyways, Kukma, Serde JSON is what it is, because apparently I forget that. Oh, you know what I wanted? I'm okay with leaving that running. I want to quit out you every time because it doesn't rerun yet. I wonder if I have to like update Helix to like have that feature. That's why Microsoft wants me to learn C# so badly. Lol. You're excited. It's daunting, but it's really fun so far. Excellent. That's good to hear. It should be exciting and fun because you're able to like basically invent things, right? Like, I really like, there's the idea of like, I'm an engineer, so any problem, like any skill that I'm not good at, I'm actually good at it. Like there's sort of like a mentality you can have where it's like, okay, well, if I can't do that physically with my own body and mind, then I can just make something that does it better for me. And it's a really cool attitude to have. remember coding in Visual Studio 2010. It was pretty fun to use. And like VS Code is like not that different from Visual Studio. I mean, it's a little bit, it's a little bit different, but it's like generally supposed to be around the same. Yeah, exactly. No experience that feeling before doing this. It clicked for me so much easier than I thought so far. Excellent. That's really good to hear. Well, keep at it. The coding is like, I don't know, have you heard the memes of like, you know, I'm a terrible dev, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm the best dev in the world. I'm a terrible dev, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm the best dev in the world. That's real. That happens all the time. So coding is basically just like a constant hit to our what is it, like the reward centers in our brain. It can be really addictive. It's awesome. All right, so let's see if I can take this body and turn it into something, right? So I want to do let our quote equals what is this, like sturdy JSON from stir. Do I have to tell it what it is? It's like that is going to be a quote, and I want you to be a body. Let's just unwrap you because that's proper. You're not happy. Okay, so expect an actual stir, not just it's okay with that. So let's do body as stir. You think you're a string. You tell me you're a string. Why can't I do an as_stir? No method as_stir found for type parameter string, which means that this is not a string that I'm seeing here. This is a generic named string. Which is cool. I'm only at the beginning. I'm going to be looking for a bit while you're practicing. Just an FYI. Awesome. Well, glad to have you here. Dopamine hits for the win. Exactly. That's what keeps us going through the hard times, right? Okay, so we need not to hit delete on the line. What did I do? Hold on. Oh, everything was fine, but it decided to overwrite the text on front with a little floating error message, which was cool. Yeah, so like I was really hoping, like, can I just like tell it to be a string? And it's like, nope, you're supposed to be a generic. I'm pretty sure that that's what was happening. So to make it more obvious, we're making that back to B. So I need to do something here to tell it. Is there, what's a trait? So I can do something like where B, is there like there's a toString. Is there like a as_stir? Is there like a stir trait? There's a toStrings trait. This is a terrible idea. I don't know why I'm even thinking about doing it. So if I say like, hey, you're required for that, which by the way, that makes you hate this immediately. So that's cool. So that's not gonna work. ToString is not gonna work there. All right. I think we need to go just look up how we did it before. This is one of the things that I'm not super thrilled. By the way, this is where like C# has Rust like way better, which is the documentation for like discovering what you can do and how it works is like so much better in a language that's been around for a long time. Because like here is like, okay, how do I extract the body into something? As much as you hate to admit it, Microsoft does great docs. Well, I mean, it's part of their business. Like they have to do it if they want people to program in it. It's one of the negatives about open source is because if the open source isn't really backed by a big company, then we run into this problem here, which is like the docs are great, but they're not amazing. And like that jump, that chasm jump can be pretty big. So like if you're someone here like looking for like, okay, how do I get I want to in middleware access the body. Okay, this is still part of the request. Okay, request, extract, middleware. And the documentation is just do something with it. And it's like, okay, but that's the thing I want to do, right? I want to do something with it. And I don't think I can access the body otherwise. Sun Nguyen, hello. Sorry if I mispronounced your username, but how are you doing today? Hey, no. Cool. Nice of you to show that on screen. Not related, but could you create a video about how you set up your dev environment, such as tools, code editor? Yeah, I will add that to my list of things to do. So, how I set up my code environment. Don't know when I'll be able to get to it, but it's in my list. I'm sort of like trying to focus on this right now, so maybe eventually. CU's Alacrity. Have you tried WesTerm? It's pretty fantastic. It has multiplexing built in, but that may not matter since you like Zellage. Yeah, like I don't know why I didn't try WesTerm. I don't remember why either anymore. It's just like one of those, okay, I guess I just tried Alacrity and I liked it, so I'm like, we're doing it. Yeah, I remember it's also Rust based, and also there's Warp too. Since I'm using a Mac, Warp is absolutely one of the options I can go with. I probably would have gone with Warp had I been in the beta. I signed up for it, and then by the time I'm like, okay, I'm done with like whatever terminal I want. I want a Rust terminal right now. The Warp, I still didn't have access to Warp, so I just like, okay, Alacrity it is. And it's worked out really well for me. So I'm like, okay, well, this is just what I have. I'm very I don't know, I'm pretty, I'm trying to figure out like what the right words are for this. I don't really go much for something. I don't know what my words were. My words are not working right now. I don't know why. Maybe it's probably because I'm trying to figure out this thing. So we have middleware message. What did we do? Oh yeah, that works. Let's see. Mirror body, custom header. Read middleware custom headers. Okay, so that's just getting okay, so the header message out of there. Okay, that's fun. Set, okay, so none of those are special. Okay, so that's not really what I wanted. Oh, data? That doesn't seem like much. Maybe I did it in a project. Okay, so what do we do here? So we got the header, validate the token. We found the user in a database. Yeah, okay, this is not, we did not validate anything in there, which is too bad. Okay. So we had one middleware for this, which was to validate the user, go out, grab the user from the database, and insert it into an extension to be accessed by the route handler, which is a great use for middleware, but it's not what I want to do here. Oh, right, we can get bytes. We can get bytes. I forgot about that. That could work, because then I can use bytes to get the thing. Yeah. That's a way to do it. Hold on, let's do it. Oh, wait, the body gets bytes, right? So I have to break it out into... Okay, so I get the body. Then body dot bytes. Into parts. Oh, come on. Body dot. Oh, it says it needs that B, that... Hold on. Let's try... So there's into body, into bytes. So is there bytes here? No. Ooh, okay. 2 bytes. Why can't I see that? Hold on, let's try this again. What was it? Headers. Well, I'll just undo it. Head and body. Okay, so let bytes equals body dot 2 bytes. It's not saying that that exists. No method named 2 bytes. I know. Oh, you were just thinking of alternate function names. Okay. Arch, hello. How are you doing today? Let's see. Also, Denny, I think you need some break because you look tired. What do I use for a code error? So looks like Bimero answered for me, but yeah, I'm using Helix for this. I am tired, but that's mostly because I didn't get much sleep last night. So I do 2 streams per day. I do 1 in the morning and then 1 in the afternoon. I'll be more awake this afternoon and it'll be better. Could look into Redux. If you want to discover things built in Rust, everything in that OS is built in Rust. They use Alacrity for the default terminal in there too. Yeah, I've thought about that, but I don't know. I feel like I've gotten over that part of my life where I just try random different operating systems. And like these days I'm more like, I just want to focus on like coding. Let's see. So you wanted to ask, what exactly are you attempting to do work on? I'm creating a course on how to use Axum. So Axum is an API server. So think of it like, let's see, what is it called in C#? There's well, isn't the main server that everybody uses in C#.net MVC? Is that what it's called? Or is there a different one? I don't, it's been a long time since I've done anything and like done anything or like looked at C# for that stuff. Let's see. So we tried 2 bytes. We could try as bytes. We can try borrow as bytes. We can try those too. Oh, I don't mean try the operating system. A lot of the tools there also run in Linux. I get you though. Probably been running the same system here. Back when I was a sysadmin, I would have been like, before you finished telling me that, I would have been like, I'm installing and running this, and I'm gonna set up a server, and like I'm gonna have like 10 different operating systems on my computer, and I boot to all of them. Yeah, I was one of those. Okay, so let's try as bytes. So the problem is that is this generic B, and like B obviously doesn't have that because I'm not restricting B at all. So it's suggesting, hey, look at that. What if I restrict it with os stir ext? But if I do that, os stir ext, os stir, then you're happy here and you're super unhappy down here. So that's the problem that we really run into, is like whatever I restricted into here needs to be something that I'm getting from the router. Okay, so here, I'll add that to my to-do list then. Arch, let's see, what is it? So it's Redox. So Redox, check out tools that Redox uses. That will go into my look at someday when I have time list. That's a pattern. Well, yeah, so I know that MVC is a pattern, but I also want to swear that MVC C#.NET live framework, isn't there like a framework called MVC? Yeah, isn't it this thing? Yeah, okay. Core MVC is a rich framework for building web apps and APIs. I mean, it uses the model view component, a controller pattern, but it also is named MVC. ASP, oh, that's another one. ASP is also another. They have a few frameworks, right? In .NET that you can just use. Like .NET is huge. Like there's so much that you can do with it. Okay, so I am, let's see, what do I want to do with this? You're learning C# through .NET, which makes sense because like most of the time, if you're using C# without .NET, I don't know what you're doing besides like maybe game dev with Unity. Most of the time you're going to use .NET, and .NET is open source now, or at least most of it is, which means that you can even run it on more than Windows computers, which is a huge difference than what it used to be. Okay, so I didn't do it here. I wonder if I can search through all of my, can I search code? These are all like the lessons and the stuff that I've done. Did I do something with the bookstore API? I don't I want to say I did not. I don't see any middleware in here. I don't think I can search. Like, okay, for the org, can I search for Axum middleware? I kind of can. But here, let's search for that. None of that is really helping me. Stack Overflow. Let's take a look at this. Axum middleware to log the response body. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so this is what doesn't work. So let's go just to the, let's skip to the answer. The solution that works for me now. Wait, is this a self-answered? I love it when it happens. Okay, so here's our middleware here. So interesting. So no. Oh, so we're not. Oh, look at that. Okay, so Axum body here. So instead of using a generic, this is now just straight to the type here. That actually makes sense. So okay, so it's a body, and then you can do things with it, right? So like we get the parts. So I think it's head and body. Okay, then we get so there's just stuff that you do from that. Okay, okay. So no more generic. Now, I don't want to do this full time, but like permanently. What if I said that you're just a string? Can I do that? I like to like play around with these things sometimes just to see like, okay, nope, it does not like that. So we're going to do the Axum. Was it Axum body? So we're going to say that you're a body from Axum body. And you're a body. Okay. And that should make, you're still really unhappy with that. That's not a good thing. I don't like that. If I do this, okay, you're not crashing anymore outside of there, so we're good to go. Which makes me wonder, I keep on coming back to this just because I want to explore. So like one of the ways that I learned is I like sort of do what's it called? Oh, Zilby hasn't been like on his thing for a long time. He's on the chair below the desk, which is not conducive for camera. They use this trait bound where B Axum body HTTP body data equals bytes. Oh, interesting. If I don't want multiple cursors right now. If I now take the body and the head, so that our that gives me the body. I do have to further restrict it, don't I, to get that bytes. I think that the way you say it, right? So Axum body, HTTP body, data bytes. Am I missing, where did I miss that in here? It's like you have that here. Look at buffer and print functions. Oh, down here. Okay, so consume the bodies and prints. What was this one? This was log the request. Okay, so this is the one I probably care about. So you have B. Oh, okay, so hold on. Buffer and print. So you call buffer and prints. You pass it in, just stuff, path, rec body, the request body, do log await. Okay, so does that be the request body there? Okay. Now what's interesting is that you don't need, they're not using the generics there. They're using the generics here. So here's our body B. Don't see the B being, oh, here's the where. Where Axum body, HTTP body, data equals bytes. Now, if I were to just take that part out here, throw you in. Ooh, which bytes are you? You're probably the Axum body bytes. Okay, so not airing out yet. So now I can let the head Oh, I was hoping that would just give that to me without having to like look at anything else. Okay. So B, we know that B allows me to get bytes from there. You're not super unhappy yet. There's that data, but I don't think I want that. Drago, hello. Thank you so much for the cheer. I do have, it's past my stopping time right now, so I'm probably not going to be here when you get back. But hello and thank you again for the cheer. Okay, so back to here. Oh, it's this thing. Oh, I vaguely remember. Did we? Okay, now. No, stop. It's not what I meant. Do what I mean, not what I tell you to do. Okay, I could swear that I did it, but maybe not. Okay, so I don't know why I have map error. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to do that hyper body 2 bytes. Okay, so let's do that bytes equals hyper. Oh, do we have access to hyper? We don't. I would need to grab, okay, so you're grabbing hyper from, did you just import hyper or is it re-exported? You just grabbed hyper. Shoot, hyper just updated. What was the old version of hyper? Not this cool version. This one. This is probably what I want. 0.14. I don't think I need to add any of those features for this, but it's modern Rust analyzer, so it should help. Also, I love that test feature name, internal happy eyeballs test. That's nice. Okay, so now we want, I'm gonna pull in hyper. Was it hyper body? Yeah, it was like hyper body 2 bytes. Okay, so hyper body 2 bytes, and at the body await. Sure, unwrap because of reasons. What could possibly go wrong? We'll handle this properly later. Air doesn't implement debug. Do I need to like not have that? No. So wait, BH as HTTP body error doesn't implement standard format debug. Well, isn't that okay? Since when does unwrap care about that? It's like B as body error. Okay. Can I just do okay and like just not care about it? Yes, I can. I could just convert it to an option and then oh, stop. Okay, I want to, I guess now we can unwrap it. Sure, it's still okay, great. I converted it. Okay, I convert the error to an option and then just unwrap it. It's like, okay, what can possibly go wrong with this? Now I have bytes. I want to let the quotes equals, can I do sorted JSON for this? Sorted JSON from bytes. Does that have that? There's like from a slice, from reader, from string. No. Okay, so I still have to do something else. I have to like convert the bytes into a string, don't I? So like I can, it's not like toString or something like that. It's I'm forgetting what I did because we did this a way long time ago. I guess I could just continue back looking at this. Okay, so we have we get the bytes. Oh, right. Okay, so it's standard stir from UTF-8 bytes. That's what it was. That's how to do it. Okay, I knew there was a way to get the string from that. So let like the quote string equals. So it's basically stir, standard stir from UTF-8. This takes in a slice of bytes, so it's a reference to the bytes. And we'll just unwrap you. Okay, so now we have the quote string. And then I want to, now I can do let a quote equals assert a JSON from stir quote string. Great. And then nope, you're not happy. Let's unwrap you. Oh, because you need to know what you are. So like quote is going to be a type of a quote. Okay. Embrace the struggle. This is like this is what I do. This is I both love the struggle, and then I love also showing the struggle, like modeling. Okay, so we got that. Then I guess we can debug. Throw a debug in here, and that's tracing info quote in middleware is quote. We do that. Okay. Now I need the response again, but we can just say screw all this stuff if I instead respond with status code. Don't you have, where is it? Is it, oh, it's Axum HTTP status code? What do I normally get? Okay. Why are you so unhappy with this? I want, okay, import, I don't want hyper status code. I want the Axum HTTP status code. Why can't you find that anymore? Why are you unhappy? Don't be unhappy. Fine. I will just do a hi. To response, something to response. Into response. There you go. Okay, so this should make you not upset. Server's running. Now, if I hit this, here's it. Quote in middleware is, quote, my thoughts are, I have the next few days off, so not my problem. Thank you, Asitsu, for that. And then everything still runs. So there we go. We got it. Now, this body is gone. Like, this is an early return, so it's not, this is not what we want in most, you don't want middleware to just like self-destruct and like just kill everything in the path, but we are on the way. So this afternoon, I will be back and we'll continue working on this. We're going to basically clean this up, make it better, do what we actually wanted to do, which is going to be to get something from the body, put it back into the body. So like basically take it apart like a bunch of Lego stuff, do stuff with it, put it back together, and then respond with it here. So that way our route handler can actually do something with it. And then we'll finish up. We're writing an article. So anyways, fun times. So with that, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I am going to, well, I have my day job coming up in 10 minutes or so. So I've got to go get ready for that. Everybody, I will see you next time. Bye.